Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another live stream here on YouTube. Sports Bonanza John on Kick, Sports Kick John. Got some more Major League Baseball for you tonight. National League Central Division battle between the Reds and the Brewers. Third game of a four-game series between these division rivals. Preview this game in a moment. First of all, let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us, Lord, and look over all these players and fans alike. Please keep everyone safe tonight, Lord, and continue to look over us and do your will among us, Lord. And so I ask and pray this in your mighty name. Amen. All right, Reds and the Brewers. Reds coming in 39-45 on the season. Brewers coming in 52-31, leading the National League Central by 5 games coming in. Brewers have won the first 2 in the series over the Reds. I waited until the top of the hour to jump on because I'm in the Reds TV market. I don't have the MLB package. I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to get blacked out on ESPN before I jumped on tonight. It doesn't appear that it is. So we're going to do this with the Reds and the Brewers. So since I was a little late jumping on, let's get right into the batting order for the Cincinnati Reds. As mentioned, coming in 39-45 on the year, they have this lineup leading it off and playing shortstop, Elly De La Cruz. Batting second and playing third base, Sal Stewart. Hitting third and playing first base, Spencer Steer. In the cleanup spot for the Reds, the DH tonight, Eugenio Suarez. Batting fifth and catching, Tyler Stevenson. In the sixth spot will be the right fielder, Noelvi Marte. Batting seventh and playing left field. Batting seventh and playing left field is Ivan Johnson. Hitting eighth and playing center field tonight for the Reds, Matt McLain. And rounding out the batting order, batting ninth and playing second base, Edwin Arroyo. So the top three, De La Cruz, Stewart, Steer. Middle third of the order, Suarez, Stevenson, Marte. With the bottom third, Johnson, McLain, and Arroyo. Getting the start on the mound tonight for the Brewers will be Shane Drohan. Drohan making his 7th start of the season, 17th appearance overall, 3-2 record, 3.12 ERA. He's walked 17. He has struck out 52 in 52 innings. As he gets the start on the mound tonight for the Brewers. Brewers winning on Monday night 5-3. Brewers picking up a 7-2 win last night. Brewers currently 5-0 this season against the Reds, with this game tonight and one more coming up tomorrow to wrap up this 4-game series. And this will be the last meeting between the two teams until September, their final meeting of the season, their final series of the season coming up in September. To say the least, Brewers have definitely had the Reds' number so far this year, winning all 5 games. There was a time in the National League Central up until about a month and a half ago where every single team in the division had a winning record. That is not the case now. The Reds have hit a little bit of a funk here over the last month as they've fallen 6 games under 500. 13 and a half games behind the first place Milwaukee Brewers. Reds trying to right the ship here as we are less than 2 weeks away from the All-Star break. All-Star game coming up 2 weeks from yesterday. That will be at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia this season. July 14th, the date of the All-Star game this year. Brewers got off to a very slow start this year, but they have been red hot since and coming in 52-31 on the season as they look to continue their dominance against the Reds here tonight. Brewers will head out west after this series ends. They will head to the desert to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Reds will return home to Great American Ballpark after this series to take on the Baltimore Orioles for a weekend series. I will be back on the live stream this coming weekend, 4th of July weekend. Have a game for you Saturday night for Wrigley Field, the Cardinals and the Cubs. That is an 8 o'clock Eastern time-ish first pitch on the 4th of July night out there at Wrigley Field in Chicago, and going to have one, possibly two games for you on Sunday. Don't know what the games will be yet, but there'll be at least one game and maybe two. We'll probably know Saturday evening during that Cardinals-Cubs game on the live stream what that game or games are going to be on the live stream on Sunday. But we are just about set for this one, third of a four-game series between the Reds and the Brewers. A score from earlier today on the MLB scoreboard involving an NL Central team. That's the Cubs and the Padres. And this looked like a football. The Cubs hung 23 runs on the Padres today. Cubs won 23-3 over the Padres. Cubs scored in every inning but the fourth and the seventh. And it was just an offensive performance for the Cubs. 23 runs, 17 hits in a 23-run outburst for the Cubs against the Padres today at Wrigley Field. Other games involving National League Central teams, the Cardinals. The Cardinals. I don't know where I got the Padres from. I was thinking that Padres-Cubs game. Cardinals and the Braves, they are currently tied at 1 in Atlanta, bottom of the third inning there. And the Pirates in Philadelphia trailing the Phillies 6-2. That game at Citizens Bank Park in the top of the fourth inning. Keep you updated on the MLB scoreboard as the night goes on. And, of course, throughout this game, we will keep you updated on that World Cup game between the United States and Bosnia-Herzegovina, as that is just about set to begin there at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. So we'll definitely keep you updated on that score as well. And just as I said, the Cardinals-Braves game was tied at 1. Just as I said that, the Braves have just hit a go-ahead home run in the fourth inning. So the Braves now lead the Cardinals 2-1. That game in the bottom of the fourth inning now. And again, we'll keep you updated on all the Major League Baseball scores throughout the night. And everything going on around the sports world. Had a big NBA trade today. We will get into that in between innings sometime tonight as well. And I made an announcement on my live stream last night. If you were with me on the live stream, you know the announcement I made. If you were not with me or if you did not listen to the live stream last night, I will say that announcement once again here tonight. Coming up later on in the live stream as well. But we're set to go, I think, in Milwaukee between the Reds and the Brewers. American Family Field in Milwaukee. Roof is open tonight. 92 degrees. It's a hot one. I'm here in the Midwest. It's been a hot one all week long here in the Midwest. Umpiring crew for tonight. Behind the plate calling the balls and strikes, Brock Ballou. Dan Merzel over at first base. Dan Bellino at second base. And Mark Ripperger over making the calls at third. So here we go. Reds and the Brewers. It'll be Elly De La Cruz to lead it off tonight for Cincinnati. De La Cruz on the season, a .270 hitter, 13 home runs. He has drove in 40. Offense has been a little bit of a problem here, especially recently for the Reds. Their team batting average as a team is down to .227. As Shane Drohan finishing up his warm-up tosses. Crowd still filing in at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Again, I was afraid I was jumping on a little late. I had to run through there at the beginning, but first pitch didn't look like it's going to be till 7:10 Central Time as Ellie De La Cruz steps in the box. And the first pitch underway in Milwaukee. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Strike one pitch. That is inside. Counts even 1-1. One pitch. There's a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. De La Cruz strikes out to begin this game tonight. And it'll bring up Sal Stewart, number 2 hitter for the Reds. Stewart on the season hitting .257, 16 home runs, 59 runs batted in. And he rips this one into left field for a base hit. That is Stewart's team leading 83rd hit of the season. The one-out base runner for the Reds will bring up Spencer Steer. .238 hitter, 13 home runs for Steer. He's driven in 34. So the Reds have a one-out base runner here in the first. Pitch to Spencer Steer right at the knees for strike one. A 1 pitch is inside. That'll even the count 1-1. Rohan's 1-1 pitch. That's foul back, and the count goes to 1-2 on Spencer Steer. Steer looks in on Rohan, and the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. That's outside. Counts even 2-2. In case anybody's into the betting thing, tune in on the live stream tonight. Over under tonight, 9.5. Two-two pitch. Steer hits it to third. Not hit very hard. They do go to second to get the lead runner. That's going to be all they get. It wasn't hard enough to turn a double play. It wasn't hit hard enough to turn a double play. Lead runner erased, so Steer reaches on a fielder's choice, and it'll bring up Eugenio Suarez. 205 batter, 8 home runs. He's drove in 29. .54 on that fielder's choice. Suarez takes strike one. With a runner at first, 2 outs here in the Reds' first. And Suarez calls time. Something there in front of the batter's box there. Strike one pitch to Eugenio Suarez. Bounce to third. And the short route to second in time to get Steer, and that'll do it for the Reds in the top of the first. They get a hit But nothing doing after that. Bottom one coming up. Reds nothing. Brewers coming up. And now we will take a look at the batting order for the National League Central leading Milwaukee Brewers, 52-31 on the season. They will line up like this. Leading it off will be left fielder Jackson Chourio. Batting second and playing second base, Bryce Terang. Hitting third and DHing tonight for the Brewers, William Contreras. In the cleanup spot tonight for Milwaukee, right fielder Jake Bauers. Batting fifth and playing first base is Andrew Vaughn. In the number 6 spot and playing center field, Garrett Mitchell. Batting seventh and catching for the Brewers, Gary Sanchez. Hitting eighth and playing shortstop, Cooper Pratt. And rounding out the Brewers batting order in the number 9 spot, third baseman Joey Ortiz. So again, the Brewers batting order, top 3 of Chourio, Terang, and Contreras. Middle third of the order, Bauers, Vaughn, and Mitchell. With the bottom third, Sanchez, Pratt, and Ortiz. Getting the start on the mound for the Reds tonight is going to be Andrew Abbott. 18th start of the year, 5-4 record, 3.9 ERA. He's walked 40, a little high, struck out 70 in 90 innings. As Jackson Chourio will lead it off here in the bottom of the first for the Brewers. Chourio hitting .295, 12 home runs. He's drove in 33. That World Cup game, United States and Bosnia scoreless in the 18th minute. So here's Chourio to lead off the bottom of the first and outside on the first pitch for ball one. Chourio missed a good chunk at the start of the season, as there's a strike called. Chourio's missed 34 games at the start of the season. 1-1 pitch is low, counts now 2-1. Two-one pitch is lifted in the air, foul. That will get out of play, and the count goes to 2-2. Oh, got only in the live chat tonight. Abbott going under 24.5 fantasy score. Yeah, I think I like that, actually. 2-2 pitch down low, and the count runs full, 3-2. Check a couple stats on him real quick, and I'll have a payoff. 3-2 pitch is down low, and that's a leadoff walk. That's the one hit on Abbott, which may keep his fantasy score low, is the walks. That's now the 41st walk he's given up this year. And Bryce Terang will be the batter. Yeah. And Terang hits this one foul for strike one. Terang on the season, .259 hitter, 12 home runs. He's drove in 48. Strike one pitch on the way to Terang. That's down low. Nice stop back there by the catcher Stevenson. It's 1-1. Churio, not a huge stolen base threat at first base. He's got 6 on the season. 1-1 pitch. That is a little low. Check over to third, and the third base umpire says no swing. 2-1. Abbott looks in on Terang and delivers the 2-1. That is past the second baseman and into right center. That's a gapper. Churio rounding third. He's gonna be held right there as Terang has himself a double. And it's 2 in scoring position for the Brewers with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Benny, do you stream on any other platforms? No, I just have the YouTube and the Kick streams. It looks like you're on YouTube tonight. I am on Kick at Sports Kick John, but it's usually the same thing. I stream to both of those on the same thing on the same night. But no, that is the only 2 platforms I'm on at the moment. I'm looking to get into a few more. I haven't made it that far yet. Swing and a miss here for the number 3 hitter, Contreras, and he has strike 1. Contreras hitting .297, team leader in batting average for the Brewers. 9 home runs. He's drove in 50. 0-1 pitch. That's a chopper to second. That's going to get a run home, and there's only one play, and that's to first base. RBI ground out for Contreras, and the Brewers strike first. It's 1-0. Terang moves to third. So 1-0 Milwaukee here in the bottom of the first. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Jake Bauers. Hitting .272, 15 home runs. He's drove in 50. Brewers leader in home runs this year as he fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Pat Murphy, the manager of the Brewers, making a pretty good case right now if the Brewers can keep this up in the second half, as there's a swing and a miss, to win National League Manager of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Penny put my rent on Abbott under fantasy. I must say I do like your chances at this particular moment. 0-2 pitch. That's down low. Another good stop by Stevenson. That one may have saved a run. 1-2. One-two pitch is hit foul. Bauer stays alive. 1-2. One-two pitch from Abbott to Bauers. Look out. That was up and in. 2-2. Two-two pitch. That is ripped foul right side. Count stays 2-2. Good battle here between Abbott and Bauers. Jake Bauers already at a new career high with his 15 home runs this year. 2-2 pitch. That's bounced foul. Be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Abbott already about to throw his 20th pitch of the inning. And Bauer sends it in the air to left center. Medium depth, catch is made. The throw will come into the shortstop. Tagging and scoring from third is Terang on the sac fly. And it's 2-0 Milwaukee here in the first. So the first two Brewers that reached both come in to score here in the first inning. And the batter's Andrew Vaughn. Takes ball one. Vaughn hitting .339 on the season. A couple of home runs. He's drove in 24. Excuse me. 1-0 pitch. That hits the inside corner for strike one. One pitch. Downstairs. 2-1. Two-one pitch. That's low. Now 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's ball four, and that's the second walk of the inning given up by Abbott. And it'll bring up Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell, a .251 hitter, 6 home runs, 38 runs batted in. And that's on the ground and through into left center field for a base hit. Vaughn will stop at second, and it's first and second with 2 outs. For Gary Sanchez, 7th batter of this first inning for Milwaukee. Sanchez, a .219 hitter, 8 home runs. He's drove in 22. So here's Sanchez. 2 on and 2 out. And the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. We're going to have our first ABS challenge of the night as Sanchez is asking for a challenge on that ball call, or on that strike call, excuse me. And he is right. It missed the zone. So a successful first challenge of the night. The 1-0 pitch. Sanchez hits it foul right side, and that will get out of play. Counts even 1-1. It's the 1-1 pitch. That's popped up center field. Under it is McLean. He's got it, and that will bring to a close the bottom of the first. But the Brewers put up 2 on 2 hits, and they strand 2. Inning in the books in Milwaukee. Brewers up 2-0. So already, once again, the Reds are going to have to come from behind early. as Andrew Abbott in that first inning, a 29-pitch first inning for Abbott. Tyler Stevenson will lead off the second for the Reds. United States and Bosnia still scoreless in the 31st minute in the World Cup. Earlier today in the World Cup, England withstood a very big scare from the Congo, but 2 late goals by Kane wins that game, 2-1 for England. And Belgium with a 3-2 win over Senegal in the other round of 32 game today. Here we go in the second inning. Stevenson will lead it off. Stevenson, a .225 hitter, 6 home runs. He's drove in 24. Drohan to work now with a 2-run lead as he takes the mound here in the second. First pitch, top 2, outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch to Stevenson. That's a little low. 2-0. Two 0 pitch. That's at the knees for strike 1. Two 1. That's inside. Counts now 3-1. 3-1 pitch from Drohan. On the ground to short and through for a base hit. Tyler Stevenson leads off the Reds' second with a base hit to left center. And it'll bring up Noelvi Marte. Marte hitting .198 on the year. 12 of 32, or I'm sorry, 19 of 32. I'll get this right. Went to 19 of 96 on the year, but 4 of his 19 hits are home runs. And he's drove in 6, ball 1 high. Eight of Marte's 19 hits have been for extra bases, and he lines this one into left field and off the foul pole, and a home run for Marte. And on one swing of the bat, this game is tied. Marte's 5th home run of the year, RBIs number 7 and 8, as that went off the foul pole in left field. 2-2. Correction, that didn't hit the foul pole. It hit the hit just to the right of the facade thing. I thought in real time it hit the foul pole, but it hit the facade out there in left field. Ivan Johnson, appearing in just his second game of the year, and he is behind here 0-2. Johnson on the 0-2 skies it in the air, just off the infield dirt, and the catch made by the shortstop Pratt for out number 1. And the batter will be Matt McLean. McLean, a 198 hitter, 8 home runs. He drove in 25. Ball 1. A swing and a miss by McLean. Counts even 1-1. There's another swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch, swing and a miss at a low pitch for strike 3. First out of the inning. Second out of the inning. And ball 1 here to the number 9 hitter, Arroyo. Edwin Arroyo, 265 hitter, driven in 4 on the season. 1-0 pitch. Ooh, weak swing there. 1-1. One pitch now. Hard swing there, but a swing and a miss. 1-2 on Arroyo. One-two pitch on the way from Drohan. Swing and a miss. Arroyo strikes out. Inning over, but the 2-run home run by Marte has tied this game as we go to the bottom of the second. Reds and Brewers 2-2. Steering clear of Major League Baseball for just a minute, we had that big trade today in the NBA. The Celtics sending Jaylen Brown to the Philadelphia 76ers. In return, the Sixers are sending the Celtics Paul George, 2 first-round draft picks, and 2 second-round draft picks. So Jaylen Brown, things hadn't been all that great. There wasn't that greatest of endings with him in Boston. So he is headed to the 76ers for his new destination for Jaylen Brown. And updating you as well on that World Cup game in the 40th minute, United States and Bosnia still 0-0. Or excuse me, this is soccer, 0-0. tomorrow's action in the World Cup round of 32, Spain and Austria, Portugal and Croatia, and Switzerland and Algeria, the three matchups tomorrow in the World Cup as we continue the round of 32. We go to the bottom of the second here with the Reds and Brewers tied at 2. And it's going to be Cooper Pratt to lead it off in the bottom of the second for Milwaukee. Playing in his 14th game with the Brewers. Hitting .211 with a couple of RBIs. And Abbott back to work. Here in the second, had a high pitch count there in the first inning. First pitch, bottom 2, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Bounce to third. Nice pickup there, and the throw to first in time. Almost pulled Steer off the bag, but Steer able to get to it. And there's one out. Batter will be Joey Ortiz, number 9 hitter for Milwaukee. Ortiz hitting .208 on the year, a couple of home runs. He drove in 19. Pitch to Ortiz, ball 1. One 0 pitch downstairs. 2-0. .2-0. That's hit foul. Counts now 2-1. Two-one pitch. That is lined into right center field, but it's going to be caught on an over-the-shoulder catch by McLean for out number 2. Nice job by McLean there to stick with it and track it down for the second out. As we're back to the top of the order, Jackson Chourio. Chourio walked his first at bat to lead off the bottom of the first. Pitch to Chourio is ball 1. One 0 pitch. That's a strike at the knees. Counts even 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch. Outside. 2-2. Two-two. Chourio fouls it off to stay alive. 2-2 pitch. That's upstairs to fill the count. 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. Ball 4, and Churio walks for the second time in as many at-bats. And it'll bring up Bryce Terang. Doubled and scored back in the first. Pitch to Terang, ball 1. One 0 pitch. That's upstairs. 2-0. Two 0 pitch. That's not even close. 3-0. Your Terang, I'm sure you're taking at least one pitch, maybe two. It's the 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Terang. That's the 4th walk given up by Abbott in the first 2 innings. And Contreras will be the batter. Contreras, an RBI ground out back in the first inning. Two on with 2 outs for the Brewers on back-to-back walks. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch from Abbott. That's finally right one right down the middle. Strike 1, 1-1. One pitch. That's a bouncer foul. And the count's now 1-2. One-two pitch. Up the middle, and it's stopped by the shortstop De La Cruz, but he'll have no play, but he saved a run with the play. De La Cruz dove and stopped the ball from getting into center field. Didn't get an out, but definitely saved a run. It'll be a single for Contreras. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Bowers. Bowers had a sac fly his first time up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, strike 1. A 1 pitch off the plate. That'll even the count 1-1. One pitch. That's a strike. 1-2. 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Two. Downstairs, and Stevenson calling for a challenge. That looked low. But Cincinnati challenging for the first time tonight. And let's see if Stevenson is right. He's not. I thought that looked low in real time, and it was. And the count runs full. So the Reds down to 1 ABS challenge. Runners will get a head start here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Nowhere to put Bowers. Payoff pitch. There go the runners. Bauer swings and misses for strike 3. So despite walking 2 and giving up a single, Abbott gets out of the second unscathed. We head to the third. Reds and Brewers 2-2. And at the FIFA World Cup, a late first half goal for the Americans, and the United States leads it 1-0 as they approach halftime. They're in the 7th minute of stoppage time in the first half. So the United States strikes first against Bosnia in the World Cup. A lot of afternoon action in Major League Baseball today. Told you at the outset of the live stream when I jumped on, the Cubs hung 23 on the Padres today, winning 23-3. Tigers swept the Yankees with an 11-inning win, 6-2. Yankees dropped their 7th in a row. We head here to the 3rd inning. Going to be the top of the order, De La Cruz to lead it off against Rohan. De La Cruz, a strikeout victim to lead off the game. First pitch, top 3, right down the middle, strike 1. A 1 pitch, swing and a miss by De La Cruz, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2 to De La Cruz, swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night on 3 pitches. De La Cruz strikes out for the 2nd time, and it will bring up Sal Stewart. Stewart singled his first time up. Pitch to Stewart right there for strike 1. Strike one pitch. That's outside. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One. That's a strike, and calling for the review is Stewart. Reds have already lost one ABS challenge, so if they lose this one, they cannot challenge the rest of the game. Let's see if Stewart's right. He is. It was low. So the Reds will keep their ABS challenge. It's 2-1. Or their one remaining ABS challenge. Two-one pitch. Hit to third. Nice play. And the throw to first in time. What a play by the third baseman Ortiz. Getting to that ball and still regrouping it and getting it over to first in time to retire Stewart. Fine defensive play by Ortiz. And a great scoop there at first base by Vaughn. Base is empty, 2 outs for Spencer Steer. Steer hit into a fielder's choice back in the first and takes strike one. Strike one pitch is hit foul, and now Steer's in the hole 0-2. Pitch to Spencer Steer. Swing and a miss, strike three. Reds retired in order in the third. We go to the bottom of the third, still 2-2. Reds and Brewers. It's 5 strikeouts for Drohan through the first 3 innings. They have reached the half at the FIFA World Cup. It is 1-0. United States leading Bosnia-Herzegovina. A late first half goal by the Americans in that one, as they try to advance to the round of 16. If the Americans do indeed hang on here and advance to the round of 16, the round of 16 opponent will be Belgium. Belgium earlier today defeated Senegal 3-2. Told you the Yankees earlier today falling to the Tigers as they lose their 7th straight. Rays are beating the Royals 3-0. So if that holds, the Rays are going to take a 3.5 game lead in the American League East. Reds and Brewers playing the third of 4 games. The finale of this series tomorrow. Starting pitching probables tomorrow. Chase Burns for the Reds and Jacob Mizorowski getting the scheduled start tomorrow for the Brewers. Final game of this 4-game series, 1:10 Central Time scheduled first pitch tomorrow between the Reds and the Brewers. Mentioned at the outset, Brewers currently 5-0 this season against the Reds. Bottom 3 here, Andrew Vaughn leads it off and takes strike one. Vaughn walked his first time up. One of 4 Brewers to get the free pass so far in this game tonight. 0-1 pitch to Vaughn, swing and a miss. 0-2. Be Vaughn followed by Mitchell and Sanchez due up for the Brewers here in the bottom of the third. Abbott's already approaching 60 pitches, and we're only in the third inning. 4 walks have contributed to that. 0-2 pitches low, 1-2. Two or 1-2 pitch rather from Abbott to Vaughn. Called strike 3 at the knees. Obviously, that's not the pitch that Vaughn was looking for, but Abbott got him on the fastball at the knees. 1 down in the inning, and it will bring up Mitchell. Garrett Mitchell singled his first time back in the first inning. And ball 1 low and outside. One-0. Swing and a miss by Mitchell. Evens the count 1-1. One pitch. Check swing and went around, says the third base umpire. 1-2. One-two pitch from Abbott to Mitchell. Lined into left field. That is a fair ball. Mitchell rounding first and heading to second. He's in standing up with a 1-out double. So Mitchell 2 for 2 in the game. So runner in scoring position with 1 out for Gary Sanchez. Sanchez a fly out to center his first time. Abbott throws back to second and throws it into center field. And Mitchell will advance to third on a wild throw by Abbott on the pickoff throw back to second. So the go-ahead run now 90 feet away for Milwaukee, and the pitch down low for ball 1 to Sanchez. One 0 pitch upstairs, 2-0. Two 0 pitch. That's down low. It's 3-0. Three-0 pitch. And that's a 4-pitch walk. 5th walk of the game given up by Andrew Abbott, and it puts runners at the corners with 1 out. Cooper Pratt will be the batter. Pratt a ground out his first time in the second inning. And Pratt bunts it. A squeeze play. The throw home is in time. And Mitchell is out. A collision at home plate, but Stevenson held on to the baseball, although Pat Murphy is saying, yeah, you need to take another look at this. So Pat Murphy calling for the challenge on the play at home. Let's see here. Kind of hard to tell from that angle. Here's a different angle. Stevenson looks like he blocks the plate. Oh, no, he's in. I think this is going to get overturned. Stevenson's leg was trying to block the plate, but Mitchell slid in and moved Stevenson's leg from in front of home plate. Oh, yeah, he's in there. This is going to be 3-2 Milwaukee, I think. This thing's going to be overturned. Let's see. Here's the slide. Oh, yeah, he's in there. So this is going to be a good challenge by Pat Murphy, I think. A great job by Mitchell to slide into Stevenson's leg and move it off from in front of home plate. That was a heck of a slide by Garrett Mitchell. The call was out, but this thing, will definitely be overturned. Showing another look at it again, but Stevenson's leg, he does what he needs to. He has his leg in front of home plate to try to block the plate, but Mitchell's hard slide just moved the leg from right out in front of home plate. It's a heck of a slide. They're still looking. I'm surprised this has taken this long. It looked pretty obvious on the replay. I am really shocked this thing has taken this long. So I don't see anything on those reviews that is even remotely saying that he's out. They're calling him out? What? What did I miss on that replay? The call stands. I have no idea what in the world I missed on this replay. There's the slide. He's in there. I have no idea what they saw on that review. To make this play stand. Wow. Okay. The out call stands at home plate, so it stays 2-2 with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Wow. Ortiz is the batter. And ball one. Ortiz lined out to center his first time up. One 0 pitch is a strike. Counts even 1-1. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. One-two pitch inside, 2-2. Two-two pitch downstairs, and that will fill the count. So the runners at first and second will get a head start. Three-two pitch, runners go, swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Brewers do not score in strand two. We head to the fourth. Still Reds 2, Brewers 2. Middle third of the Reds order coming up here in the top of the fourth. If anybody out there on the live stream is watching this game as well as having me on, I saw the umpire explaining something. Explain to if there's any of you that have the video of the video feed of the game on. What did I miss on that replay? If anybody does have the game on, drop something in the live chat and let me know what I missed on that replay, because he looked safe by a good margin. Two runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Brewers. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Reds, though the error did not cost them. Eugenio Suarez will lead it off for the Reds here in the fourth in a 2-2 game. As we are still 2-2. Drohan back to work here for the Brewers. He's at just 40 pitches through 3 innings so far. Meanwhile, on the other side, Andrew Abbott's at 75 through 3 innings. First pitch, top 4, ball 1. Suarez hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Counts even, 1-1. One pitch, swing and a miss. And Suarez now down in the count, 1-2. One, two, that's downstairs, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. That misses to fill the count, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Suarez strikes out, and there's the first out here in the top of the fourth inning. Batter will be Tyler Stevenson. Stevenson singled his first time up back in the second inning. And the first pitch fouled back, strike one. Strike one pitch, that's right there at the knees, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch to Stevenson. That's right down the middle, strike three. Stevenson knew it. He started walking back to the dugout. Strikeout number 7 for Drohan. Bases empty, 2 outs for Noelvi Marte. He's got the Reds offense in this game. He hit that 2-run home run to left off the facade over there. Back in the second inning, that's brought us to 2-2, which is where we still stand. Ball 1. One-oh pitch, that's right there at the knees for strike one. Counts even 1-1. One pitch. Hit foul, and it's 1-2. Drohan's 1-2 pitch on the way to Noelvi Marte. Marte sends it in the air to center, barely having to move out there in center field. For the catch is Mitchell, and the Reds down 1-2-3 in the fourth. Bottom 4 coming in Milwaukee, still 2-2, Reds and Brewers. Be the top of the order for the Brewers here in the bottom of the fourth. Churio, Terang, and Contreras. Pirates are trying to make a comeback in Philly. They've cut that to a 2-run spread now. Phillies 8, Pirates 6. Top of the 7th inning in Philadelphia. Braves have added to their lead on the Cardinals. It's now 3-1, bottom 8. Still the Rays 3, Royals nothing, top of the 8th in Kansas City. Again, if the Rays hang on to win that game, their lead in the American League East will jump to 3.5. As the Yankees fell for the 7th straight time earlier today. Couple games still to come. First pitch in about 20 minutes between the Dodgers and A's, and the Giants and Diamondbacks. Update from the World Cup in the 55th minute. It is still 1-0, United States leading Bosnia. United States trying to advance to the round of 16 and a date with Belgium. 2-2 here as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Jackson Churio, top of the order, will lead it off for the Brewers. Churio has walked twice. That is showing some of the fans in the stands with their concession food. That is one ginormous bowl of ice cream. First pitch, bottom four, ball one. Better eat that one quick. It's 92 degrees with the roof open. It's going to melt quick. That's popped up. De La Cruz just off the infield makes the catch, and Churio retired for the first time tonight. There's the first out. Here in the bottom of the fourth, and it'll bring up Bryce Terang. Terang has doubled and walked in the game. Ball one. One 0 pitch on the ground to first. And playing it on one hop and beating Terang to the bag is Spencer Steer for the second out. Two outs very quickly here in the Brewers' fourth, and it will bring up William Contreras. Infield single and an RBI groundout in the game for Contreras. Abbott's pitch, his 80th of the game, is fouled away for strike one. Strike one pitch. That's off Abbott and hit to second. And plenty of time to throw out Contreras, and the Brewers retired 1-2-3 in the fourth. On we go to the fifth, still 2-2, Reds and Brewers. Bottom third of the Reds order, Johnson, McLean, and Arroyo due up in the top of the fifth inning. We've been 2-2 since the top of the second inning. Ivan Johnson will lead off the Reds' fifth. Johnson will pop out to short his first time up. Again, we'll be back with you Saturday evening, 4th of July night, for the Cardinals and Cubs. Battle from Wrigley on the live stream on Saturday. 7:08 Central Time, first pitch of that one. Next scheduled live stream, And we'll have at least one game, possibly two, for you on Sunday. Let you know what game or games those will be during the live stream on Saturday. So here's Johnson to lead off the Reds' fifth against Rohan. First pitch outside, ball one. One-0 pitch. Johnson sends into right field. And on the warning track, the catch made by Bowers for the first out. And it will bring up Matt McLean. McLean, a strikeout victim his first time up. That's right down the middle for strike one. Strike one pitch, McLean sends into left field, but having a play on it. And the catch by Churio for out number two. Bases empty, 2 outs for Edwin Arroyo. Arroyo also a strikeout victim his first time up. One of 7 Reds that have struck out against Rohan tonight. Arroyo lines it off the glove of the shortstop and into left field. Arroyo will hold at first. Diving attempt there by Pratt, but could not quite come up with it. Just off the end of his glove, and it trickled into left. That's going to be a base hit for Arroyo, and the lineup resets to the top of the order. Elly De La Cruz, 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Right down the middle for strike one. Go ahead, run it first for the Reds with 2 outs. The strike one pitch from Rohan. Way outside, counts even 1-1. Rohan looks in on De La Cruz and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Instead, it's going to be a throw over to first base. That's just to keep Arroyo honest. Arroyo does not have a stolen base this year. Pitch to De La Cruz inside, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Outside and low. 3-1. In case you hear some background noise, the neighbors decide it's fireworks time. So if you hear those little pops in the background, that's what that is. 3-1 pitch. Right down the middle for strike two, and that'll fill the count. So Arroyo will get a head start from first base on the 3-2 pitch. Payoff pitch. De La Cruz lines it into left. That'll be a base hit. Holding at second, or no, not holding at second, rounding second and heading to third is Arroyo. And the Reds have runners at the corners with 2 out. Boy, Arroyo That wasn't very deep there in left field. I thought for sure he was going to hold up at second, but he turned on the burners and hit third base. So the go-ahead run for the Reds at third for Sal Stewart. First hit of the night for De La Cruz. Catcher Sanchez going out to have a word with his pitcher prior to this at bat. Sal Stewart singled and grounded out tonight, 1 for 2. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Drohan's pitch to Stewart. Hits the outside corner, strike one. Stewart calling for the challenge. Remember, the Reds have already lost one ABS challenge tonight. And it is a strike to Stewart. So the Reds now out of ABS challenges, as they have been now unsuccessful twice. Strike one pitch. Stewart swings and misses, and now he's in a hole 0-2. Sal Stewart, the Reds rookie, leading the Reds pretty much every offensive category except batting average. 0-2 pitch. Hit to third. The short route to second, and the Brewers get out of it. Reds strand runners at the corners. Midway through this one, 2-2 Reds and Brewers, with the middle third of the Brewers order due up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Update in the World Cup, still 1-0 United States over Bosnia in the 68th minute. A late first half goal by the Americans, giving them this 1-0 lead. It's now gone final in Atlanta. Braves have defeated the Cardinals 5-1. Twins 5, Astros 1, top of the 4th in Houston. Rockies lead the Marlins 1-0, top 4. Just about to get underway, Dodgers and A's, and Giants and Diamondbacks. Bottom 5 we go. Jake Bauers to lead it off. Bauers a sac fly back in the first. Struck out in the second. First pitch, strike one. Oh, 1 pitch, that's a little low. 1-1. 1-1, up and in. Look out. Two and one. Bowers taking a step out of the batter's box after that one. Woo. Two-one pitch to Bowers. Lined on one hop to short. De La Cruz from his knee throws out Bowers for the first out. Brings up Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn a walk and a strikeout tonight. Strike one. Oh, 1 is a foul, and the count is 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Right back to Abbott on one hop, and he will underhand throw to first to Steer for the second out. So bases empty, 2 outs. And Mitchell, the batter, and he takes ball 1. Mitchell, a double and a single, 2 for 2 in the game. One, 2-1. Two-one pitch in the air to center, and on the warning track, unable to get it. It's off the wall, and this is going to be a 2-out double. Mitchell 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a single now. And the batter is Gary Sanchez. Sanchez has walked and flown out. Go ahead run at second for the Brewers with 2 outs on Mitchell's second double of the night. Strike 1. Strike 2. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Nice stop by Stevenson. 1-2. Kept Mitchell at second base. 1-2 pitch to Sanchez is popped up. Center field, and the catch made, and that'll end the bottom of the fifth. Brewers squander the 2-out double. We head to the sixth in Milwaukee. Still Reds 2, Brewers 2. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Reds. Steer, Suarez, and Stevenson in the top of the sixth inning. As I mentioned earlier, I made an announcement on my live stream last night. If you missed that announcement, I will share what that announcement is. I will share that at the end of the sixth inning, going into the top of the seventh. I will share the announcement I made last night on the live stream. I will share it again here, coming up here between the bottom of the sixth and the top of the seventh. Both teams 2 runs, both teams with 5 hits. Reds have an error that did not cost them. Both starting pitchers have made it through 5 tonight. Spencer Steer leading it off in the Reds' sixth inning. Steer has hit into a fielder's choice and has struck out. Drohan back out for the top of the sixth at 67 pitches through 5 innings for Drohan. First pitch, top 6, swing and a miss, strike 1. A 1 pitch hit foul, and the count moves to 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch downstairs, 1-2. One-two pitch downstairs. That'll even the count 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way, outside and low. That'll fill the count. 3-2 on Spencer Steer, leading it off in the Reds' sixth. Payoff pitch. That's low, and Steer draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the sixth. So the Reds put the go-ahead run on for Eugenio Suarez. Suarez has hit into a fielder's choice and struck out tonight. Ball one. One 0 pitch on the way from Drohan to Suarez. That's a little high. 2-0. Now all of a sudden, Drohan struggling a little bit here in the sixth inning with his command. Sanchez going out to have a word with his pitcher on the mound. Drohan's at 75 pitches. And now somebody's starting to stir there in the Brewers bullpen. I believe that's Aaron Ashby. Two 0 pitch. Line into left. That's going to be a base hit and roll all the way to the wall. Humming in at third and holding right there is Steer. Eugenio Suarez with a double, and it's second and third. Nobody out for the Reds here in the sixth. An ample scoring chance here in the sixth for the Reds to take the lead. And it'll be Tyler Stevenson coming up with runners at second and third and nobody out. Stevenson has singled and struck out. And now, following that double, this is going to get a visit on the mound from the Brewers pitching coach, Chris Hook. Yeah, that is Aaron Ashby warming up in the Brewers bullpen. Ample chance for the Reds to take the lead here with two in scoring position. Pitch to Tyler Stevenson. Ball one. Brewers still have two ABS challenges remaining. The Reds are out. They have been unsuccessful twice tonight. Spencer Steer, the runner at third. Eugenio Suarez, the runner at second. The 1-0 pitch is a tapper. Hit to short, and the throw to first in time, and now coming home, and now Steer is in a rundown between third and home. Suarez is standing at third. Steer is tagged out. Steer held up on the batted ball on the bounce to shortstop, but then right when the throw went to first base, Steer came for home, and he was a dead duck. So Suarez standing at third with two outs, so a base running mistake for the Reds. So second and third with nobody out has now gone to a runner at third with two outs. And Marte will be the batter. Marte homered back in the second. That brought us to 2-2, which is where we still are. He flied out in the fourth, and that's going to be the last pitch thrown tonight by Drohan as Pat Murphy makes his way out to the mound, and we're going to have a pitching change. Aaron Ashby's coming into the game with two outs here in the top of the sixth inning. So Drohan goes 5 2/3 tonight, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walked 1 and struck out 7. He threw 78 pitches. He is responsible for the runner at third. Aaron Ashby coming on for the 40th time. 11-1 record this year. 3.24 ERA. He's walked 26, struck out 68 in 50 innings. He comes on with the Reds having a runner at third and 2 outs. Boy, the Reds, second and third, nobody out, but a base running mistake by Spencer Steer on that last ground out. It has now gone final in Kansas City. The Rays shut out the Royals 4-0. So the Rays lead in the American League East is now 3.5. As the Rays win and the Yankees lost earlier today for the 7th straight time. So the Rays take a 3.5 game lead over the Yankees. So Ashby on to face Marte. And the pitch. Marte fouls it off for strike one. Ashby's 0-1 pitch to Marte. Down in the dirt. Nice stop by Sanchez. 1-1. Big update from the FIFA World Cup, which we'll give you after this at bat. 1-1 pitch. In the air to center field. And the Reds squander second and third. Nobody out. As Ashby throws 3 pitches and gets out of the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still Reds 2, Brewers 2. Be 8-9-1 for Milwaukee. Pratt, Ortiz, and Churio due up in the bottom of the 6th in a 2-2 game. FIFA World Cup update. United States has added to their lead. It is now 2-0 in the 88th minute. So it appears the United States is going to be headed to the round of 16 and a date with Belgium, as they are in the 88th minute, now with a 2-goal lead. So the United States looking pretty good. But now this one, boy, the Reds, what an opportunity they had in the top of the 6th. Second and third, nobody out, but a ground out to short. And Spencer Steer, a base running mistake, gets picked off between third base and home. And then the fly out to center to end the inning. Mistakes like that is what's led to these last couple months for the Reds. So it's going to be Pratt to lead off the bottom of the 6th for Milwaukee. Ground out and a fielder's choice for Pratt in this game. Abbott's night on the mound is over for the Reds, as the Reds will go to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's going to be TJ and Tony. On for the 24th time, 1-0 record, 2.7 ERA. He's walked 6 and struck out 21 in 23 and a third innings. So neither starter or both starters are going to get a no decision tonight. Ball 1 here to Cooper Pratt. 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. So Andrew Abbott goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. But again, the walks, which have been a little bit of a problem for him this year and plagued him again tonight. 5 walks, 3 strikeouts through 96 pitches. He's now walked 45 batters this year. 2-0 pitch. That's upstairs. It's now 3-0 to Pratt to lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Brewers. .30 pitch. That's a 4-pitch walk to Pratt to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And the batter will be Ortiz. Ortiz a line out and a strikeout tonight, 0 for 2. Pitch down low. One pitch off the plate, 2-1. It's 2-1. There was a clock violation against Ortiz on the first pitch of this at bat. Ortiz lays the bunt down, but foul, and the count goes to 2-2. Two pitch is foul. Two pitch and another foul, and we're still 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch. Ortiz skies it in the air to center. Playable out there, and the catch made by McLean for the first out. Now the top of the order, Jackson Chourio. Chourio, a couple walks and a pop out tonight. Pitch to Chourio. And a throw to first instead. Pitch. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. That's fouled away, and the count goes to 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. That's lifted in the air to right center. McLean again with a play. He's got it for the second out. So Churio flies out, and it'll bring up Bryce Turang with a runner at first and 2 outs. Turang a double and a walk, and he's also grounded out. Pitch to Turang, strike one. Turang has also scored one of the 2 Brewers runs. They scored both their runs in the first inning. 0-1 is outside, 1-1. One pitch. Lined into left center. McLean with all 3 putouts for the Reds in the bottom of the 6th, and that does it. Brewers waste the leadoff walk. On we go to the 7th. Reds 2, Brewers 2. Bottom third of the Reds order, Johnson, McLean, and Arroyo due up in the top of the 7th inning. I know I said I was going to repeat that announcement I made last night's live stream here at the top of the 7th inning. Keeping an eye on the World Cup game is just about to go final, so I'm going to put my announcement off a half inning. Watching the final stages of the World Cup, they're in stoppage time in the second half. We have been stuck 2-2 on this game since the top of the second inning. That Marte home run. Johnson will lead it off here in the 7th for the Reds. Should see Ashby back out. He only threw 3 pitches to get out of that top of that 6th inning. So here we go, top of the 7th. And the final whistle has just sounded in the World Cup. The United States headed to the round of 16 as they have just defeated Bosnia 2-0. So the United States will now head to the round of 16 and a match with Belgium next. 1-0 the count here and a strike to even the count 1-1. 1-1 pitch off the plate, 2-1 to Johnson. Two one, bouncer to third, off balance throw, and plenty of time to retire Johnson, one away. Good play there by Ortiz at third. Brings up Matt McLain, who was a busy man defensively in the last half inning for the Reds, making all three putouts. Offensively tonight, McLain is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Ball one high. Strike. One, inside corner, strike two. 1-2, the count on Matt McLain. Ashby looks in and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Check swing down in the dirt. McLain went around. Strike three. McLain couldn't hold up. 2 down here in the Reds' 7th, and it will bring up Arroyo. Arroyo, an infield single and a strikeout. Showing bunt and taking low, ball one. One-0 pitch right there for strike one. Counts even 1-1. 1-1 bunted again, and it is fouling out of play. 1-2 now on Arroyo. One-two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Arroyo strikes out, and Ashby retires the Reds 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. Stretch time in Milwaukee. We are what we have been since the top of the 2nd. We're 2-2. It will be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Contreras, Bowers, and Vaughn, due up in the bottom of the 7th inning. To that announcement I said I was going to make, I said I made this announcement last night on the live stream, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat it tonight. During the summer, this is just my second year on the live stream. So during the summer, there weren't many options for live streaming except Major League Baseball. So I was going to try and get involved in the live streams with the WNBA this year. I did about 3 of them last week, 3 or 4. I can't remember. 3 at least. May have been 4. After seeing what has taken place in the WNBA over the past week, of course, we all know the controversy between Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark. Everybody's got their own opinion on that, and, to each their own on whoever has what opinion on that. But the WNBA had a chance to come out and try and smooth things out with that last week, but listening to some of the comments by some of the commentators and the basic non-comment that was given by the Players Association, it's become very clear to me that the WNBA has no desire whatsoever in consistency, in fairness, and to not be a corrupt league. So that is not a league I can continue to support and follow. So effective for the foreseeable future, and immediately there will be no more WNBA live streams on this page. I love to see these athletes play basketball. I love to see Paige Beckers play basketball. I love to see Asia Wilson play basketball. I love to see Caitlin Clark play basketball. I went there to see these athletes play basketball, but it has pretty much become a non-women's basketball league as far as I'm concerned. There's no two ways about it. I'm a big sports fan, and the only thing I ask for in sports is fairness, consistency, stuff like that. And the WNBA over this past week has shown to me that they have absolutely no desire in being any of those things. So that is not a league I can continue to follow and support. So the WNBA live streams for the foreseeable future are ending on my channel. So that's the announcement I made last night. I wanted to make that announcement again tonight, since the viewer count is quite a bit higher than it was last night. So back to this one. Bottom of the seventh inning, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Brewers. It's going to be Contreras leading it off. Contreras infield single and a couple groundouts tonight, 1 for 3. Third Reds pitcher into the game as Brock Burke coming in to pitch for the Reds, on for the 42nd time. 3-3 record, 2.72 ERA, 25 walks, 35 strikeouts in 39 and 2/3 innings. So Antoine goes an inning for the Reds. So Burke's first pitch here in the bottom of the seventh, upstairs to Contreras, ball 1. Burke looks in and delivers the 1-0 pitch. That's right there on the inside corner for strike 1. ABS challenges tonight. Brewers still have 2 remaining. The Reds cannot challenge anymore. 1-1 is inside, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Check swing and went around, says the first base umpire. 2-2. Dan Merzell, the umpire over there at first base, saying that Contreras swung too far. 2-2 pitch. Hit foul. Contreras stays alive. That will get out of play. Bowers on deck. Brewers have had their chances tonight. They've left 9 runners on base tonight. 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat into right field. And coming on for the catch is Marte for out number 1. Brings up Jake Bowers. Bowers a sac fly back in the first, and he has struck out and grounded out. Strike 1. Oh, 1. Strike 2. Brewers still have 2 ABS challenges left. Thought they might use one there, as that looked like it might have been a little high, but no challenge from Bowers. Oh, 2 pitch from Burke to Bowers. That's definitely high, 1-2. Brewers got their 2 runs in the first on an RBI ground out by Contreras and a sacrifice fly by Bowers. 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Reds got their 2 in the second on the 2-run home run by Marte. And we have been 2-2 since. 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat. Too short. De La Cruz over to first to retire Bowers by a step. Out number 2. And it will bring up Andrew Vaughn. A walk, a strikeout, and a ground out tonight for Vaughn. Burke's pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Looking ahead to the Reds' 8th inning, it's going to be the top of the order. De La Cruz, Stewart, and Steer due up as the 1-0 pitch misses here. 1-1 to Vaughn. One and one, the count to Andrew Vaughn. And the pitch. Just missed outside, 2-1. Two one, that's inside. Now 3-1 on Vaughn. Should Vaughn get on, Mitchell is on deck, who's had a whale of a night tonight. 3-1 pitch, that is strike 2. It's a couple pitches this inning I think the Brewers could have challenged, but they didn't challenge either one of them. Full count to Vaughn with 2 outs. And the payoff pitch, that's lined into center field. That's going to get past the diving McLean and all the way to the wall. And Vaughn will be at second with a 2-out double. Boy, McLean gave that a dive, but came up short, and it got past him. And it will bring up Garrett Mitchell, who's 3 for 3 tonight. Couple doubles and a single. Big spot here in this game. Pitch to Mitchell, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. That's lined into left center. That's going to get down, and the Brewers are going to take the lead as that rolls to the wall. Mitchell trying for 3, and he's in there with a 2-out triple. 3-2 Milwaukee. Mitchell 4 for 4 tonight with a single, 2 doubles, and now a triple. Brewers have grabbed the lead here in the 7th. Strike one to Gary Sanchez. Sanchez with a walk and a couple flyouts. Oh, 1, check swing, and no swing this time, says the first base umpire. Counts even 1-1. One, 1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch hit foul, third base side. Count stays 1-2. One-two downstairs, 2-2. Burke looks in and delivers the 2-2 pitch to Sanchez. Upstairs, that'll get away. And the throw home is late. A wild pitch scores Mitchell. And the Brewers get an insurance run. It's 4-2. Three and 2 the count on Sanchez. And ball 4. Sanchez walks to bring up Pratt. Pratt has walked, grounded out, and hit into a fielder's choice. And out comes Terry Francona to grab the ball from Burke. Fourth Reds pitcher of the night coming in the ballgame. Pierce Johnson. Johnson coming in for the 28th time, 2-1 record. ERA of 4.5. 10 walks, 25 strikeouts in 24 innings. So not a good relief appearance from Burke tonight. As Brock Burke makes it just 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Walked 1 through 26 pitches. And he is responsible for the runner on first. Brewers have broke the 2-2 deadlock with 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Another reminder, be back on the live stream Saturday night, 4th of July night. Cardinals, Cubs. 7:08 Central Time, first pitch from Wrigley Field on the 4th of July. Back with you on the live stream for that one on Saturday. So Pierce Johnson on to try to get the final out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch fouled away, strike 1 to Pratt. Oh, 1 is fouled away. It's 0-2. Pratt steps in the box. And the 0-2 pitch from Johnson. Hit to second. Throw over to first in time to retire the Brewers in the bottom of the 7th, but they break the tie with 2. And it is 4-2 Milwaukee as we head to the 8th. Top of the order. De La Cruz, Stewart, and Steer due up. 4th and final game of the series tomorrow afternoon. We could have a pitcher's duel in store tomorrow as the 2 aces of their respective staffs take the mound tomorrow. Chase Burns, scheduled starter for the Reds. Jacob Mizorowski, scheduled starter for the Brewers. In the finale of the 4-game set tomorrow. Brewers looking to stay unbeaten this season against the Reds. They came into this one 5-0 against their NL Central rivals this year. And they're 6 outs away from making that 6-0. Four runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Brewers. They have left 10 runners on base tonight. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Reds. They've left 4 on. Pitchers of record right now, Aaron Ashby for the Brewers. Brock Burke. Aaron Ashby on the winning side for the Brewers. Brock Burke on the losing side for the Reds. So here we go. Elly De La Cruz to lead it off in the Reds' 8th. Strike 1. That was a close pitch, but the Reds do not have any ABS challenges left, so they can't challenge it. 0-1 to De La Cruz. That's a little inside, and now the Sanchez, the Brewers catcher, is going to challenge this one. Brewers still have 2 ABS challenges. Well, they're down to 1 as they're going to lose this one, as that is a ball. By half an inch. 1-1. Bounced foul. De La Cruz now down in the count 1-2. De La Cruz calls for time prior to the 1-2 pitch. One-two pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. And 2-2 up the middle and into left center field for a base hit. De La Cruz's second hit of the game. And that'll get the tying run to the plate for the Reds. And the batter of Sal Stewart. Stewart's 1 for 3, singled back in the first. Grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice. Aaron Ashby will exit after allowing the leadoff batter to reach here in the 8th. Abner Uribe coming in. On for the 34th time, 4-2 record. 3.09 ERAs, walked 11, struck out 32 in 32 innings. Comes in inheriting a runner at first and nobody out. And Sal Stewart at the plate. So Ashby goes an inning and a third, gives up one hit, which was this hit by De La Cruz. Struck out 2. He is responsible for De La Cruz on first base. So here we go. Uribe against Sal Stewart. And we're ready to go. Pitch from Uribe, strike 1. Stewart at the plate represents the tying run for the Reds. After the leadoff single by De La Cruz here in the 8th. 0-1 pitch. On the ground to second. Taylor made double play. The second one on to first for the 4-6-3 twin killing. 2 outs. And the batter will be Spencer Steer now with the bases empty and 2 outs. Steer on the night is 0 for 2. He has walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and struck out. Pitch to him, right down the middle, strike one. A 1 from Uribe downstairs, 1-1. One pitch. Bouncer to short. And the throw to first in time, and that'll do it for the Reds in the 8th. They get the leadoff man on a leadoff single, but a double play. Erase the runner. We go the bottom of the 8th. Brewers 4, Reds 2. Ortiz and then the top of the order, Churio and Terang, due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Ashby's line is now complete. Ortiz to lead off the bottom of the 8th for Milwaukee before the order resets to the top. See if we see Pierce Johnson come back to the hill here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Couple of updates from those West Coast games. Dodgers and A's tied at 1. The Giants and Diamondbacks 0-0. Pierce Johnson is back out here to pitch the 8th for the Reds. First pitch, bottom 8, strike 1. Johnson's 0-1 pitch to Ortiz. Called outside, 1-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but again, the Reds can't challenge. They've exhausted their ABS challenges tonight. 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One-two pitch on the way to Ortiz. Outside, check swing, no swing. 2-2. Close. 2-2 pitch. On the ground to first, underhand throw to Johnson, covering the bag for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the order now, Jackson Chourio. Couple walks, a pop out, and a fly out for Chourio. Pitch to Chourio from Johnson. Inside, ball one. Looking to the Reds' half of the ninth, it's going to be the middle third of the order. Suarez, Stevenson, and Marte. They know they need at least two. There's a swing and a miss by Chourio. Counts even 1-1. One pitch. That's hit foul. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. Bouncer. That's going to be a tough play. Barehanded by Johnson. Throw to first. Goes down the right field line. And Chourio will end up at second base. That'll be an infield hit and an error. And the batter will be Bryce Terang. Double, a walk, also a ground out and a line out. Second error tonight for the Reds. Second error was on a pick, or the first error committed tonight was on a pickoff throw to second base where the throw went into center field. Fouled away on the first pitch here by Terang for strike one. Brewers just 2 for 8 tonight with runners in scoring position. Runner at second here. 0-1 is outside, evens the count 1-1. One. Into left center field. McLean's going to get there with the running catch. 2 outs. Chourio has to retreat back to second. Batter will be Contreras. And the lights have just gone out at American Family Field. Oh, okay. Now it's those techno lights, as we're going to have a pitching change here for the Reds. With 2 out in the 8th. Fifth pitcher of the night for Cincinnati. Tell you who this is here in just a second after I see who the Reds have brought on to pitch. So Johnson goes an inning, gives up 1 hit. going to be Pagan, it looks like. Yeah, Emilio Pagan coming in the game to pitch for the Reds. On for the 16th time. 2-1 record. ERA a little inflated, 6.43. He's walked 6, struck out 11 in 14 innings. Comes in with a runner at second and 2 outs, trying to get this final out and keep this deficit at 2. Where if this deficit stays or if the spread stays what it is, I'm sure we'll see Trevor McGill come on in the 9th for Milwaukee. So here's Pagan on to face Contreras. Infield single, couple groundouts, and a flyout. First pitch to Contreras, ball 1. One-zero pitch from Pagan. Swing and a miss. Hard swing there for Contreras. Evens the count 1-1. One pitch. Oh, it got Contreras on the left arm. And he will head to first base on the hit by pitch. And it will bring up Bowers. Bowers with a sac fly back in the first. He's struck out and grounded out twice. So it's first and second now with 2 outs for the Brewers. Pitch to Bowers. Strike 1. Jackson Churio, the runner at second. Contreras, the runner at first. Strike 1 pitch from Pagan upstairs. Evens the count 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. And now Bowers down in the count 1-2. One-two pitch. To Bowers. Outside, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Bauer strikes out. That'll do it for the Brewers in the 8th. They strand 2. They've now left 12 runners on base tonight. Trevor McGill coming in to face the middle third of the Reds order, trying to get 3 more outs and send the Brewers to another win over the Reds. It's 4-2 going to the 9th. Trevor McGill coming in for the Brewers to try and close this out. 34th appearance on the year, 2-2 record, 3.38 ERA. He's walked 9 and struck out 43 in 32 innings. Looking for save number 12 on the season. Again, the pitching matchup for tomorrow. Both teams sending their ace to the mound. Chase Burns gets the start for the Reds. Jacob Mizorowski getting the start for the Brewers. Could have ourselves one of those good old pitchers duels in the finale of this series tomorrow. It's a 1:10 Central Time first pitch. So Uribe goes 1 inning and throws just 5 pitches. So it'll be Eugenio Suarez leading off the ninth for the Reds. Double his last time up. He's also hit into a fielder's choice and struck out. So here's McGill. To face Suarez. First pitch, top 9, ball 1. Reds need to get a base runner on to get the tying run to the plate. 1-0 in the air to center field. Easy play out there. The catch is made for the first out as Mitchell makes the catch. By the way, meant to tell, there was a defensive substitution for the Brewers in the top of the 8th inning that I failed to mention. Jake Bowers, who was playing right field, moves to first base. And replacing Bowers in right field, coming into the game defensively, it's Blake Perkins. Tyler Stevenson fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. Andrew Vaughn is out of the game. A 1, a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2. Going to be a quick wrap-up when this one ends tonight. Quickly give you the final stats, run down the baseball scoreboard, and head on out. Call it a night pretty quick here at the conclusion of this game. Oh-2 pitch. In the air, right center field. That's going to be a gapper as that's going to hit one hop off the wall. Stevenson coming into second with a 1-out double, and the Reds will get the tying run to the plate here in the 9th. In the batter of Marte, who is the Reds' offense, as he hit the 2-run home run back in the 2nd for the Reds' 2 runs tonight. Pitch to Marte. Hit foul off his left foot. Strike 1. Marte going to try to walk that one off. Still trying to walk that foul ball off. Oh, 1. On the ground to first. Underhand throw to McGill covering for the second out, and the Reds are down to their final out. Stevenson does advance to third, but his run doesn't mean anything. Reds' last hope tonight is going to be Ivan Johnson. And actually, it's not going to be Johnson. We're going to have a pinch hitter. J.J. Bleday is going to pinch hit for Johnson. Bleday hitting .238, 13 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Tied for second on this Reds team in home runs. Bringing him on to pinch hit here with 2 outs in the 9th. Excuse me. McGill's pitch to Bleday, strike 1. Most of their fans come to their feet at American Family Field. Strike 1 pitch. Strike 2, and now the Reds are down to their final strike. The fans that weren't on their feet before are now. Oh, 2 count on Bleday. And the pitch just missed 1 and 2. Just a hair low. One, 2, pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And McGill shuts the door. And the Brewers win it 4-2 and have won the first 3 of this series over the Reds and the Brewers. Now 6-0 against their division rival Cincinnati Reds this year. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Brewers. They left 12 on base. 2 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the errors. 2 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Reds. They left 5 on base. Aaron Ashby gets the win. He's now 12-1. 12 wins for a relief pitcher now. Loss in this one goes to Brock Burke. He falls to 3-4. And Trevor McGill picks up save number 12. For the Brewers as they improve to 53-31 on the season. Reds fall to 39-46. Before we sign off for the night, let's take one more look at the baseball scoreboard. Orioles picked up a 6-1 win earlier today over the White Sox. Cleveland 9, Texas 4, the final. Tigers sweep the Yankees with a 6-2 11-inning win. Yankees have now lost 7 in a row. Nationals beat the Red Sox 10-2. 23-3, the Cubs beat the Padres earlier. 23-run outburst for the Cubs. Blue Jays beat the Mets 9-3. Phillies 10, Pirates 6. Braves win over the Cardinals 5-1. Rays shut out the Royals 4-0. And a game that has just actually gone final, the Rockies 6, the Marlins 3. Games in progress in Houston Twins lead the Astros 8-3, bottom of the 8th inning. A's have taken a 3-1 lead on the Dodgers, bottom of the 5th. And the Giants lead the Diamondbacks 3-0, that game in the top of the 6th inning in the desert. And again, in the FIFA World Cup, the United States defeats Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0. That will send the United States to the round of 16 and a date with Belgium, who completed a whale of a comeback earlier today, beating Senegal 3-2. And the other round of 32 game earlier today, England survived a big scare from Congo. England wins it 2-1. World Cup scores from today. Brewers win this one 4-2. That's going to about wrap it up for tonight. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe from you. Also on Kick, Sports Kick John, you can follow me there. Back with you Saturday night for some 4th of July Major League Baseball. Cardinals and Cubs from Wrigley on the live stream. 7:08 Central Time first pitch. I'll be on 8 to 10 minutes prior to that one for one of the big Major League Baseball rivalries, the Cardinals and the Cubs. 4th of July, Saturday evening. Hopefully you can join me then. Brewers win this one 4-2 over the Reds. Appreciate you joining me, and I will talk to you Saturday night for the Cardinals and Cubs. Good night, everybody. God